looking down at Overlander Falls at 80 CMS. It's a two-stage drop. So from upstream, the line is to pretty much go between these two humps of water formed by these rocks. You go right between here and bounce off this and then into the seam and then out. So it's all flushing downstream, so you're pretty good. A bit of a kick to the left from here though. Below Overlander Falls, water's backed up by this little ledge. Simple green tongue through there. Gets a little bit squirrely, but stay upright. Head downstream. Nothing but green tongues all the way down. This rapid I think is called Bank Shot. Bit of a horizon line actually. It drops a little bit. So from upstream you don't really see too much except for these curling waves formed by a bunch of boulders in midstream. Obviously there's a really big boulder on the right side and a bit of a hole in the approach down the right, so plus the log, plus God knows what's to the right. Looks like a bit of a sieve there with another boulder here, so not good to go down to the right. I guess if you're looking for a chicken route, it would be down that right side and then head down this chute. However, you don't want to go down here. The more fun line actually, just head down here. You can hit this eddy, or even if you're lucky, this eddy here. If you hit this eddy, then what that allows you to do is a ferry out and try and go out on one of these tongues of green, or just run through this actually, just right down the pipe. But if you're from this eddy, you can hit any of these green tongues between the rocks. That'll take you right downstream. You can do the super dynamic boof off of this and land in that squirrely eddy. This river level though, it's pretty much just waves, so you're really, it's really quite easy. When it drops, all these waves, breaking waves, become pretty deep holes. So easy line again, paddle in, eddy out if you want to, then just head down this big green tongue. Again, that's Bank Shot. There's nothing downstream. So this is Wonder Garden. Bit of like a series of about 4 ledges. First one comes out from the river left side. That's really your marker. You want to be looking for these rocks at the top. And what you want to do is cut into this chute here. There's a bit of an eddy in here, and that sort of allows you to set up for the second ledge, which is this chute here. It's basically just a clean green chute. And you can run it river right. This is the river right side. There's a bit of a hole here. Wickedly undercut boulder here. You can see under the back side the water has totally eroded the back. The front's probably pretty good. Just a green tongue along to the right of that though, and then bounce through a couple holes. But back to the river left line, that's the fun one to me. Once you actually eddy out, or once you paddle down this chute, you eddy out on the right, and then cut through this calm water here, and then head down the river right side. So this is Terminator, or at least the approach to Terminator. Looks like you can go either here, river left of that rock, or in between. Pretty clear chute between each of them. Then you have a bit of a slack, but still moving pool of water before you get to Terminator proper. And it's sort of a classic line here. You can actually go up over the onto the left side reactionary and then down, punch the left side of the pool. The river right eddy over here isn't quite, it's boily, but it's not like it won't push you back into the hole. You can see the stuff down here is actually pushing you downstream. There is this new bit of wood. Was here last week, but it wasn't here last year. That piece of wood there is sort of protruding into the eddy. This is a lower water level. It's about 80 CMS, so it's actually a little safer now. The water's dropped down to the point that wood won't interfere with anyone in the eddy. However, it is recirculating pretty strongly. The other thing to be aware of is the pillow at the bottom this year is actually pretty meaty. It's actually almost a hole. However, it is actually pushing you downstream, so you'll bounce down and out instead of actually being bounced back into the eddy as was happening at about 120 CMS when we looked at this last week. The nice thing is that the actual flow, the actual hole, is the Terminator proper. You could actually punch into the meat of that. You might sub out, but you'll probably come up in the main flow right here in that squeeze between this boil and this eddy. So you'll probably just punch in here, get squeezed by both currents, and just get pushed downstream. So this is looking like an ideal level to run this at. It's going to be really fun. Looks to me to be actually super safe. When the water level drops more, there's actually a little shark fin rock right in the middle. That's probably, you can kind of see it just in here, but it's like, I don't know, maybe a foot or more underwater, 2 feet underwater. So it's looking good.